landed on the ramp. Normally, a ramp holder will spot and fall. Right now, he can't fall. So let's play it out. They fight towards ladder base, knowing Rops is stuck, and Golden is lower. So now he's pinned between a rock and a hard place. He gets taken down, and ramp is completely Fnatics.
He was already about like 75 HP, so running through the flames just wasn't an option for him, so he had to stay and fight. It was just an absolute nightmare, but very well done from Fnatic here. But the good call from Mousesports was made, save the weaponry. Make sure you're competitive going forward. This map is not over yet. It's a CT side,
they did it again
and it's
to
the
them.
helmets that are lacking here, and we'll see the M4s chime through. Flasher and JW bring it to a 3 versus 4 in their favor. Chris J on top of the hub for now. Robs will join him in the upper bomb site. Towards lower, no one on the CT side. Vox is outside. Brutal. So now dropping down the vent, I think that's Chris J.
You can't really afford to fight. He does want to find the equalizer, of course, but extending like that can get punished. Woxic, he's brought down to 15 HP.
Not ideal.
And Bronn, he wants to continue this fight. He may not be expecting to see Woxic have disappeared straight back in towards the window room. 50 seconds. Crim's going back topside suggests maybe he's going to like Molly Hut. Smoke Heaven, perhaps? No?
Yeah, potentially even vents to lower on this type of a play, just because it's so last minute and they don't exactly know where the CTs are. They could pull a rotation.
They're going to flash towards the CT vent here. Rops will be face checked, and Golden will plant the bomb. Face wrecked, perhaps, as we'll see Chris J and Voxic have to save their M4s and Orc here. That's the end of the round, and 14-6 on the board. Fnatic are making a compelling case to suggest they can actually 2-0 this one.
You know what's really difficult here? Because after this, assuming Fnatic 2-0, we're going to get a post-game interview, and we're going to have them here, and we're going to have to ask them some questions. Now, this has been very clean, so I don't have too many questions to ask them in why this was so clean. All my questions are going to be, hey, what happened yesterday against OG, and why didn't we see as many knife kills today? That's probably going to be about it.
Have we had an R8 kill today? We haven't. We've had 2 appearances, but no kills yet. No, I don't think even a tag. So that's a big question as well. A lot of people wondering.
Yeah, the people out there, they're keeping the numbers, they're checking the stats, they're making sure it's...
Yeah, it's all on the tip of our tongues. We'll see what happens in the next round here. They do save the 2 rifles on the CZ side. Have a look at the replay here from Flasher. I'm sure there's something ridiculous that's occurring here. Look at the flashbang he throws before he drops down. It's so sick. It doesn't flash his opponent, but it certainly does look cool. His movement mechanics are top tier.
Yeah, there's very few that understand all the nuances of Counter-Strike more than Mr. Flusha. And him alongside with his squad are all fragging. 13 lowest, 19 highest. There's only 5 frags separating all of the individuals of Fnatic, and when they're all on, you can see just how deadly it looks. Woxic, he's been very silent here on Nuke, and you heard Makaleli actually of Godsent in stage 1 talking about his woes of trying to hold it with the AWP, especially against those top tier teams. Well, what feels like Woxic's feeling the same kind of pressure on that CT side AWPing duty. 4v4 as the dust settles. Bronn lost his duel, so did Frozen. And JW's just opened up ramp. That was a straight duel with Robs again. Yeah, that was just one-on-one.
Yeah, Rob's having a rough time. Has got 17 kills, but the last few rounds he's been taken at the ramp position. Foxy's still 5 and 16 just to know, and he's got the AWP.
Mouse have no idea what to do. They can't even find a chance to fight. They're not even able to put themselves in a position to get any kills. Woxy will get one. He's going to have an individual coming up the ladder that he won't be expecting.
Oh, JW doesn't react to it straight away. So towards lower potentially now. And in terms of lower presence, is Karrigan alone with no utility. So still a chance Mousesports to pick this one up for sure. But they are spread thin. Golden can smoke towards a window or lower. You can see Vox, this is not a place you want to be with the AWP. Bomb side floor, so many angles, no one really working with you. Chris J outside, I believe, towards Secret. So all Karrigan can do when they go to plant the bomb, he can swing these double doors open. There's a default plant spot in the corner where Golden's going for here, so he'll swing the door open, go for the best shot he can, but unfortunately, unless he nails it, doesn't mean too much. Vox will come down the vents, makes a lot of noise in doing so. Bomb goes down, Chris J with the smoke there. There might have been a kill without it, but now a 3-on-2, and they're fighting for series point here.
So all on the line for Chris and Woxic. They need somebody to just go above and beyond, but that's perfectly calculated by Golden. He's playing such a good game of Counter-Strike right now.
For someone that had 7 kills on the first map and looked like they were shrinking, they were struggling, he sat at the very tippity top now on 21 and 6 on the T side of Nuke, no less, and a 15-6 lead. JW has, these are the stats I've been looking for. JW has 11 total R8 revolver frags in his career. We will keep the tracker updated for our EPL. Keep it going every minute. Let's make sure we get an update.
We need a website.
As much as we can.
We'll
Yeah.
remove
F5 constantly.
the players alive graphic, or remove it and just have the R8.
The R8 count.
Yeah.
Exactly. That'd be more appropriate, I think.
More
and
appropriate.
more helpful.
Yeah, more information, of course. Valuable information, that is.
So, final round potentially. Money's actually not too bad, all things considered, after saving
All
4
the
weapons.
saves,
Yeah, they're actually got a fighting chance here of winning a few more rounds, to save the very least. But you'd like it to end now, considering it seems like it's done. 9 in a row from what we've seen from Mousesports on Nuke so far, and the first map, admittedly, not quite the showing. Missing, like, when Voxer goes missing in this sort of manner, that's when you notice it. Like, he normally is their superstar AWPer, right? He's in that conversation for a top 5 player right now.
Yeah, there's a big disparity, obviously, between Frozen and Rops's kills of 17 apiece, and the rest of the team, no one yet to crack double digits. So that is a bit of a problem, and the CT side is all about fragging. We spoke about that.
Could there be just an element of them not actually going outside? Like, Woxic's been on the rotate with that AWP and finding himself in transition and having a lot of awkward duels due to the choices that Fnatic have made, as well as his own performance.
Jump throw here from Golden. I like the look of this one.
It's a
I assume this
smoke.
lands a window room outside. I could be.
There's a smoke, yeah, he's got a smoke in hand.
Oh, it's a right clicker. Where the hell does that go?
Oh,
it's the one
the
it
tight
blocks-
corner.
It's like the NIP smoke behind, so it lands and blocks the view for someone by
Yeah.
the yellow scaffolding up there. That's kind of wild
Naughty.
from both teams there. Robs actually finds some luck here towards ramp room.
Chris J will take him down. So Crims's clutch is impossible and confirmed by Woxic.
So just so I'm 100% sure, that lands like by the upper rafters. The smoke leaks through to the other side.
Yeah.
So it's from the T side there. It means you have a gray screen if you're directly above the hut, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so the way that NIP threw it was more into the wall,
Yes,
right? And that would
yes.
force them back. This one here felt like it was a little bit wider. So Golden smoke there, if they were to go top, would force a player off that beam. We obviously have the,
Yes,
the
it's-
Molotovs coming in.
It's the beam directly above the hut itself by the yellow fencing where you have a really like kind of tight angle. It's
Yeah,
really awkward to
there.
flush you out. It means you have no vision there. So sure, you could sit in the smoke, but it means it eradicates that risk. They don't have to worry about it as much upon arrival.
Yeah, and if you are, your grey screen walking out of it, moonwalking out of it. Typical outside smokes coming in, and we are going to be seeing them bloom successfully. No gaps for Woxic to exploit this time, so he'll be throwing some speculative shots, but nothing particularly concrete.
Yeah, he wants to fire one more before he makes his way down towards lower. I like the boost here. Brolan normally finding the opening picks for Fnatic with that Krieg. Smokes go down now, but there's players already towards lower. That's only just one, though. Brolan will be down there. Golden not far behind, and Chris J needs a kill here. 9 in 16 to his name, but the flashbang might be coming. Brolan thinks better of it. Holds a more defensive line. Up against the AK, that's the correct choice.
Yeah, he's not necessarily needed yet. The component of him comes into play when there's blood drawn elsewhere. You can see that there is absolutely no rush for Fnatic. 60 seconds, and now with Golden descending, Chris J's going to get a little apprehensive. He wants information, and Brolan's patience is rewarded.
He takes a lot of damage, but that's a very, very big frag. That was the only CT presence towards lower. Chris J removed. Where does the rotation begin? Rops normally found towards the ramp room with no utility. He's actually in heaven this time.
Just giving up ramp room. It's a scary part of the map to concede. And you'll see the Fnatic, they're going to acquire it, but they'll do so loudly. You'll hear the flashes, you'll know there's presence.
Well, they have to go lower, presumably, at this stage. With 22 seconds, the rotation come through in the CT side here. They still have utility. And it's going to be JW nailing that first shot. Voxic gets destroyed. Brain splattered against the wall there. Could go on for the second. Rops will take him. Gives a valuable information, at least, though, and Crims is ready to
7 seconds.
capitalize upon it. Oh, they denied the plant? No, they haven't.
It's close. Golden planting safe, though, and now Carrigan trying desperately to get an 8th round on the board for Mousesports. There's 3 opponents to find, and presenting his head. Golden not dead, but tagged. Brolan expecting to find Frozen here as he jiggles his way in, and a neat and tidy second for the Swede. Should very well make this a confirmed 2-0 victory. It was compulsory for Fnatic. They needed that, and they take the scalp. Finally, Mouse find their first loss of Stage 2.
Niece, what you finna There's no defense, I'll buy it if I want it. I'm going supersonic, come on, beg for it. Alright, okay, running out of luck. Too much in my club, Nishi run it up. Why you always tripping like you top? Cause you not my team pop. Shawty, I know. Why you always tripping like you top? Cause you not my team pop. My team pop. Who really got the block? Sipping to rock in a cop car. They say they wanna party with us 12 asking how much be that boofy, it's a la. My feature price bigger than your bank account. You talk about it, but don't show us that about. These boys only flexing with that allowance. We swimming in the shower. I'm only f***ing you if your toes cute. Brown skin, goddamn, that's my soul food. I'm winning for the record, check your memo, bro. Generation of destruction, you'll remember us. LSD used to do promethazine, only THC, NSC is minor lean. We no longer up next, on top, lay your girl when she counting my checks. There's no defense, I'll buy it if I want it. I'm going supersonic, come on, beg for it. Alright, okay, running out of luck. Too much in my club, Nishi run it up. Why you always tripping like you top? Cause you not my team pop. Shawty, I know. Why you always tripping like you top? Cause you not my team pop. My team pop.
It was a must-win for Fnatic, and they convert up against none other than the top holder, Mousesports. Stage 2 has been undefeated run so far from Mouse, but today they falter, and it's a full 2-0, a stomp from the Swedes.
They'd only given up a couple of maps at this point in EPL, and at this stage they give up their first victory towards Fnatic then. 2-0 as well, Chad, on Nuke. Wasn't really the new performance you're looking for from Mousesports, if you ask me. We had a few players as MIA, but fantastic work there from Fnatic. It's a map I'm always talking about with Nuke that is constantly evolving. We're starting to see some new smokes every single time we play, some different moves, different features, and I'm enjoying what Fnatic are doing.
Yeah,
right
when
now.
you look at that stretch in the second half from Fnatic of Inferno, it looks pretty clean and easy. And then this map right here of Nuke, it being Mousesports' pick, it looked like Fnatic had done a lot of homework because they didn't feel stressed, they didn't feel flustered. That game plan that we've been talking about with these guys where it's just run around and see if you can cause these mid-round scenarios to pan out, that wasn't the game plan here. It was clean stuff, and Fnatic looked clinical on a map that I thought they were going to be given a much tougher push on. And look, Mouse have dropped real quick.
There was evidence, though, of like Mousesports trying everything. Like their T side, we saw like 4 different smoke walls. They were getting all their players to the places that we've previously seen them convert big wins on Nuke. But it seemed like the individuals today from Fnatic were firing on all cylinders. I mean, Golden's performance, was that 20-5?
Yeah, after bouncing back from a very quiet performance in Inferno, he actually looked amazing on Nuke. He carried them through some of the most important rounds there, posting big numbers in the second map.
Yeah, and of course, a man no stranger to big numbers himself is Brolan, their babyface killer, as Chad likes to describe him. He's now on screen. You can see his stats for the series, and he's joining us now live in the studio as well. Brolan, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello, fantastic, and congratulations. You guys needed that win. That must feel good to beat Mouse, a team a lot of other teams are fearing, actually, in Stage 2.
Yeah, after that loss versus OG yesterday, it feels very, very good to win today.
Okay, well, we maybe can start there with you, Brolin, with the loss versus OG yesterday, mate. So what went wrong from the Fnatic camp? What didn't work when you guys had your post-game discussion? Because that was a game, we were watching it, we thought you guys were going to take it.
Yeah, I think we did not I think our individual part didn't like come into the game in the end of Mirage and D2. I think we felt today that we did not like. We felt that we only lost. We only lost. They did not win. So I think we just, I don't know, kind of threw that Mirage game. But yeah, it feels like that.
Speaking about preparation, I have to say, it looked like you guys were very ready for today. Just talking about Nuke just then, we noticed in the ramp room that Rops was really struggling to hold you guys at bay. It seemed like you designed some moves for him, some nice Molotovs that denied him actually retreating from the ramp itself. Was that specifically for him towards the ramp room? Had he actually maybe stepped up your preparation levels?
I think we do as we do all the time versus any team. But I think we talk about like how Voxic played around the hell area, and we saw that the weak area for Mousesports, I think it was the the ramp area. So we started to in the first scan where we started to like sandwich him from the lower bomb side too. So I think that was a pretty good call to do, and it worked perfectly.
I've got one fun question here for you, Brolan. You've got some entertainers on your team. You don't seem to join in with the knifing and the R8s and the Zeuses and stuff. How does it make you feel? Do you get a bit anxious when the knife kills are coming through, the attempts are there, and just being surrounded by these iconic names like the likes of Flush and JW? How is it playing with them?
I mean, it's a trio. They always do that. Flusha, Crimson, GW. I don't know. I'm not a fan of knifing people because if I do it, it can be a big mistake. So I don't take the risk because yeah, you know what can happen. You can lose that round, and then you can.
I think you're doing a great job, whatever you're doing right now. Just stick to the plan. Don't change anything. Don't knife anyone. Don't equip the R8. That's all I ask. You're doing a good job so far.
Yeah, thank you very much, Brolan, and congratulations, dude. And looking forward to seeing more from Fnatic in Stage 2.
Thank you.
That's a big win for them. They needed it. And of course, we will be able to give you the updated standings a little later in the day.
Yeah, and now they go on and they play Na'Vi tomorrow as the final game for them within the second stage of the round robin. And they also played them within the first stage. So they lost their 2-0 to Na'Vi when they played the first time round. So that one there was on Overpass and Dust 2.
I like that.
So with that one set on In Motion, we still have the Na'Vi game to go down today. We need to see if they pick up their victory or if they're going to lose and flounder. But as far as stakes are concerned, if Mousesports had won this series today, they would have guaranteed themselves either that first or second position going into the playoff bracket.
That would have been the 4-0, right?
Yeah, so with that loss, now everything kind of, goes back to the drawing board. I need to get back on the line with Graham Pitt and see what's going on over there because...
He always was good at crunching the numbers.
Yeah, he was. He's one of the best at crunching the numbers that we have in the business right there. And look, when we're going to have these highlights on screen, we can talk about, I suppose, Frozen and Rop's impacts because they were finding a lot in that game. You had 20 kills for Rops, you had 17 for Frozen, but it was all in vain. You could see the players that they were just talking about. Woxic, they were isolating him. He only finished this game with 8 frags.
Well, I'm glad we had them as our players to watch, at least in this team. They're still delivering on all fronts. They're Frozen and Rops. It just wasn't quite enough. It was interesting to hear Brolan actually, they're looking at the tendencies towards Voxic. He couldn't do anything on Nuke there, Alex. He didn't have any impact whatsoever. Frozen certainly did, though. 33 kills and 28 of them with the rifle, few of them the pistol and SMGs, I'm sure. Still continues to look great, and his consistency debate at this point, I think, is kind of thrown away because he seems to be consistently posting big numbers now.
I mean, this schedule for EPL has been intense, right?
Yeah.
That you played like 4 or 5 best of 3s day, and that's going to do a lot for your consistency when you're constantly seeing the same Counter-Strike, same conditions. It's going to be wonderful.
And that's why when we're looking at this like confined, I guess, sample size of games, it is about current form. It's from day to day. Can you keep up that current form? And Rops and Frozen have. But on the side of things for Fnatic, towards the top within the early stages, it was JW and Flusher, especially within stage 2, it was those two names. Flusher's continued with a decent performance here today. They all have positive ratings, but I wanted to note that Crims and Brolan are at the top of that totem pole. Crims went plus 18 over this series, which is great for him. In some of these other matches, it's not that he wasn't playing well, it's that it wasn't necessarily Crims and Brolan as the duo. I think those two are the star fraggers, the workhorse for the team. Should be getting the lion's share of kills, whereas Flusher and JW and Golden now, after today's performance, are the ones who find the impact to give them some of those more slippery Fnatic rounds that we'd like to talk about.
We heard from the winners, of course, from Brolan in the interview, but from the losers, Kerrigan's taken to Twitter, not using his words, at least not with his mouth. He just says bad CS today. So that one makes a lot of sense. I mean, he's going to be describing that as bad CS, so Mousesports, of course, are going to be feeling the same. game?
I think so. I feel like it was just a very strong performance from Fnatic. Like they said, they kind of let themselves down with the preparation against OG. I don't think that was the case today. I spotted some moves that were seemed specifically designed to take down the Mousesports defense there. Some new innovations as well. A couple of new smokes you saw on Nuke. And it seems like they're actually focusing on all the right areas of Counter-Strike right now. The mechanical skill, the preparation at home, and making sure that everyone's happy and ready to go.
So Fnatic Na'Vi, that's coming up tomorrow, but you still get to get your Na'Vi fix today, because coming up in about an hour's time, we get to see Na'Vi clash with FaZe Clan. A crucial game for both teams. FaZe Clan in the bottom. Should they fall to the Na'Vi clan, they'll be out of contention for the next stage of competition. It's a big one for FaZe. Simple and Co take on the international superstars.
Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to CS.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.
The future waits for no one, so we refuse to wait for it. Today, battles are waged in nanoseconds, and planes are piloted from the other side of the world. The future's not coming, it's already here. Join us and be the future.
2 boxes to get my knee. Where's it gone? Go to hit this. On the ramp though. He knows he's there.
See the world, aren't we all in sync? I just subdivide. I'll show you how it's done.